Kara.
Thank you.
All right. So for today's meditation, I wanted to explore the topic of navigating through life's challenges, And my own experience is that try as I may with organizing things or with organizing situations or organizing relationships or situations to try to make everything harmonious, there's always stuff that is coming at me. There's always like challenges that are coming in life. And sometimes I notice that they seemingly are self-inflicted. I make a certain choice and the repercussions are not what I expected. And so they present a challenge. But oftentimes also the challenges seem to come from situations or circumstances that are beyond my control. The banking system collapses, or the pandemic hits, or things happen in our society, etc. And so these present challenges. And I like to think of it in terms of navigation, because one of the things I love to do is go sailing. And when you're sailing, you're constantly dealing with challenges. The wind is shifting. Here's a big rock in the ocean. I'm trying to get to this certain location, but I can't seem to find my way. And so the very word navigation, for me, is very empowering, because the whole idea of navigating is that, yes, there is a challenge. You're trying to get somewhere. In this case, it might be through a personal challenge. And navigation is the ability to do that. So just using those words, like if you were to say to yourself, if you were faced with a challenge and you were to say, wow, I really feel stuck in this situation, or I really don't know what to do. That's going to create a certain mindset in yourself, that type of self-talk, versus, okay, this is challenging. How am I going to navigate through this? Or, wow, I'm really having a hard time communicating with this person. How can I navigate through this situation? And so just choosing in your own self-talk some positive verbs, some empowering verbs on just how you conceptualize a given situation is, I think, the first big step, because I've seen many people, and I've done it myself many times, is something happens or a situation occurs, and immediately the self-talk in my own mind creates a situation that then seems impossible to get through. You know, just using the word "I'm stuck" is a lot different. You know, the emotion that comes up with that is a lot different than if I use the word, wow, this is challenging, I need to navigate through it. I'm stuck versus I need to navigate through this. It's going to create an entirely different mindset. And so how we talk to ourselves, our self-talk about given situations, is a first step. Another big important step when navigating through life's challenges is taking the situation and not being fearful of it, because having an immediate fear response, I mean, fear can wake you up and energize you, but at a certain point you need to settle back from that initial like fear, which helps through the self-talk. You need to sink back, and there's three basic biological or reactions that we're real deeply rooted in. And those three are either fight, flight, or freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze. And in the animal world, or if you're out in the jungle trying to survive, those are the three things you've got. You're either going to fight the situation, which in our modern world, instead of using the word fight, we could say we're going to work through it. It doesn't have to be fight as in anger and destruction, but we're going to work through it. That's one. So let's say work through it. Flight is going to be get out of that situation. So if a bear is coming at you, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to fight the bear, or am I going to get the heck out of there? Do I have a safe way out? Can I jump in my car? So that's flight. And then finally is freeze. Sometimes we don't often think of freeze, but like an armadillo curling up and just freezing there inside its shell. And freeze is a valid one. So the way I like to think in terms of more modern psychology is we've got the fight, which is, okay, let's work this out. The flight is, this is not a good situation. I need to just exit. I need to exit out of here. Either I created it, someone else created it, but it's just not a good one, and it's time to leave. That's flight. And freeze, I take the freeze as, let me just not do anything right now. I'm just going to freeze and let things develop a little bit. Let things evolve. And that was a good one that I learned from my teacher who taught me meditation. A lot of times students would come to him with issues or challenges they were facing. And a lot of times he would say, just wait. Don't rush, just wait. And I think we often see that in other people's situations. Someone might come to us and say, oh, you know, I'm in this really tough situation. And you might look at it from a little higher altitude and say, let things develop. Just give it a little time. When we're in the midst of a situation, sometimes it's hard to do that, to get that elevation on the big picture. But just know that oftentimes just letting things evolve a little bit, so that freezing, let me just freeze, not in an incapacitated way, like I'm frozen, I can't do anything, but rather empowering yourself with, okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit with this and let things evolve, because things are in a constant state of evolution. So work it out, get the heck out of there, or let's just wait and see. And so what we'll do during our meditation this morning is we'll go through the energized conscious relaxation, get some concentration. That'll be our first 7 or 8 minutes. And then if you have a situation in your life right now through which you need to navigate, then you'll bring that up, which after you're in that peaceful state, you can usually bring a situation that's a challenge to you into your consciousness and not get overwhelmed by it. So you can look at it with some objectivity. And then we'll explore, okay, what would it look like to try to work through this right now? What would it look like to get out of this? What would it look like, or feel like, maybe is a better word. What would it feel like to just work through this? What would it feel like to just get the heck out of this situation? And what would it feel like to just wait? And from that, yourself getting some intuitive sense of what you want to do. And we're not going to get into specifics. You're not going to, no one's going to be sharing what their situation is. It's just your private meditation. But the general principles, I'll be able to guide us through them, and then you can apply them to your own situation. All right. And so with that, we will do our navigate through life's challenges meditation. So, and in the meditation, I'll reiterate these basic things. So beginning with energizing, just sitting up nice and straight. You may have something you're going to lean against during the meditation. If possible, during this energizing part, try and let go of that support as much as you can, just to fire all your back muscles. Just start to breathe deeply. Energize your back. Move your jaw side to side, release your jaw. Open and close your eyes wide a few times. Open wide and then squeeze them shut. Let your face smush up. And on the next closing of the eyes, just let your eyelids gently close. So being aware of your back muscles. Now putting your hands on your thighs, we'll do a few shoulder rolls. As you breathe in, bring your shoulders forward and up. Exhale back and down. Inhale forward, up. Exhale back and down. Forward, up. Back and down. Wherever your back, lifting, lengthening your spine. Now we'll do a twist and just going to use your core muscles. You're not going to put your hands on your chair or your legs. Just twist from your core. So big breath in, lift and lengthen the spine. On the exhale, first low core. So lumbar spine twists. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Now mid spine. And then finally, head and neck. You don't need to put too much twisting into your neck. Just focus on low spine. And you're having to fire your core muscles here. On your next inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, we're going to go the other way. Again, first, low spine twists. Chest and heart. Head and neck. Inhale back to center. Good. Then if you want to lean back in whatever position you were in, have a little back support. Still, throughout meditation, you want to keep your spine as straight as is comfortable. Eyelids are gently closed. As you breathe in, become aware of the muscles in your forehead and around your eyes. As you exhale, let those muscles release and relax. Breathe in an awareness of the muscles in your cheeks and jaw. Exhale, let them release and melt. Inhale, awareness of your shoulders, muscles in the back of your neck. Again, releasing on the exhale. Inhale is awareness. Exhalation is releasing, letting go. Inhale, awareness of your chest, your torso. Exhale, feeling a release starting from your chest and flowing all the way down through your navel. Filling your chest on your inhale. Exhale, feeling release in your heart, all the way down through your internal organs, down through the base of your body. Finally, choose one other area of your body where you feel there's some holding or anything that you want to release, mental, emotional, physical energy. Breathe in awareness of that specific area. Exhalation, releasing. Now a little concentration. Become aware of your eyeballs and move your eyeballs around a little bit. Up, down, left, right. Now back to center. And then just find a comfortable position in the center. Maybe it's a little higher than eye level or a little lower. Play around with that. And then once you find a comfortable position, hold your eyes very still in that position. And gaze into the back of your eyelids. So keep awareness in your eyes. Gazing into the back of your eyelids. Look for little sparkles of light, shifting patterns, colors, shapes. Now become conscious of your ears. Be aware of, in general, any sounds around you. And then by creating a slight contraction in the back of your throat, as if you were going to fog a mirror, same muscular contraction, create a slight sound with your breathing. Think of it as an oceanic sound, ocean surging in and out. Focus in on that sound while you keep your eyes calm. Now, amidst this concentration, thoughts might be moving around, and that's fine, that's natural. So your mind might be active, and yet be aware of this feeling of peace. Your body's calm and relaxed. Your eyes are calm. You're listening to your breath. So no matter what's going on the surface, at a deeper level, you have calmness and peace. And now bring into your awareness. For me, I usually use some imagery, but it could also be a feeling, a memory, etc. Whatever situation it is that you're dealing with. Now, if you're not dealing with any situation, then just enjoy the peace and go deeper with that. But otherwise, if there's a challenge you're facing in life, bring it forward and symbolize it somehow. So it might have all kinds of moving parts, but just create it as one thing. like maybe an image of a few people or an image of a building that it's taking place in, or your home or something like that, some way to encapsulate the situation. Hold on to your feeling of peace so you have a feeling of personal power. You could also do it as if you're looking at a painting in a museum. And now with this challenge that you're facing, imagine what it would be like to just freeze and wait. How would that feel? Visualize or imagine that. Just not doing anything, just waiting. How does that feel? Now, the option of getting out of the situation. Now, getting out of the situation can mean physically leaving a situation, but it can also mean cultivating detachment. Detachment. So letting go of expectation, letting go of attachment of what someone else should or shouldn't do. So it's an action. You're getting out, but that getting out doesn't have to be just physical. It can be emotional, mental. How does that feel? Explore that, visualize that. Now, the third option, which is jumping in and working with the situation. So the traditional word would be fight, but here we're not fighting, but we're jumping into the midst of it. Jumping in, and we're going to take action. How does that feel? Now, challenges can be multi-layered. You might have different approaches for different aspects. But now, based on the feelings you've had, look at the situation and get a general sense of what you want to do based on these feelings, this intuitive feeling. And again, it might be a combination. It might be waiting and yet cultivating detachment. It might be taking a couple actions and then waiting. Or again, your unique situation. And then the final step in meditation is putting your meditation into giving it form, giving it life. So in meditation, you're at a very subtle level, feeling, conceptualizing, imagining. And then when you come out of meditation is the time to put words behind your feelings, to put actions behind your feelings. And so we'll end the formal meditation, but on your own, I suggest if you did get some inspiration, some ideas for a challenge you're facing, do a little journaling on it or put together a little plan or write down some of your feelings. Because in meditation, you're in a very subtle mood and you can be very clear on things while you're meditating. But an hour from now, you might be discombobulated or a little not so sure. So to write down or to somehow concretize what you're feeling right now, poem, write it, sing a song, whatever it is, that can help make your choices more doable when it comes to actually taking some action. So it's very nice meditating with everyone. Again, we do have the live meditation on Tuesday nights